We have a tiny bit of a snow day here. And it actually shuts things down in Oregon. Not because it's great snow, but because it freezes. There's ice. So, and the ice is hard to manage. It's kind of pretty though, huh? So here's an update on my greenhouse starts. I have baby bok choys coming in, and my snow peas. These are sweet peas. These are regular peas. Are coming in. A few of them are popping their heads up, which is exciting. Over here, this is chamomile and some chars and spinach, and obviously I still am in the winter months over here, so I run the risk of these getting frozen out this next week when it gets cold. But it doesn't matter to me. I just really like seeing the green babies come through the ground. I got some borage over here, and this had rhubarb in it, but I don't know that that's a rhubarb because I think rhubarb would come in bigger. So that might be just something that was in the dirt. I don't know. But this is borage, and I don't even know how to use borage yet, but I'm excited about that. And I just wanted to keep updating to see how it does with the winter. So we got some spinach, and that's the purple broccoli, and this is actually parsley in the house, in the greenhouse. So we shall see how it turns out. These are beets, but anytime this year you see a little bit of green, it's worth it. So this is my little hodgepodge greenhouse, hoop house, that I made. I actually did hug panels and then attached them to our fence, on our fence line. So it's a little wider and taller than it would normally get to be with just straight hug panels, and it's been wonderful. I have funky things like in my little window back here. That's bubble wrap to try to block the wind from coming in. So that comes out in the summer, it gives me extra airflow. And I have some kind of critter in here. So my lettuce looks like it's been a good healthy lunch for somebody. And so we've been watching that. But I have quite a few of my cold weather crops that are doing fine, which is good because some of the ones I planted straight out in the garden got picked off by the birds. One day I was out there and like 50 birds flew out of my garden, and they were like, "Thank you for feeding us so generously." And I was like, I am a bird watcher and I love you, but I don't want you to eat my food. So I think the little bok choys are ready to go out, looking lovely. And I already planted some snap peas out. So now I have sugar peas that are kind of struggling along. They're coming up, but it's all a test to see if I have a better success rate if I grow them to little starts before I put them out. And I'm going to try the same thing with my beans, because I planted my beans so many times last year to try to get them to take. I do have a leftover pea from last year that's coming up over here, and it makes me happy. I should probably show you. They're kind of scrawny, but that's a brassica and then some spinach, which I have eaten some of the spinach off there, so that's nice. But there's my lone pea, and that's my daughter's art. She paints, she has an Etsy shop where she does artwork like that. Mostly she does custom pet for memorial bereavement. But see, the beets are coming along. I don't know if they'll actually set root, but we'll sure see if they do. But this is like without any sunshine. This is like January to February. I mean, I can't even believe there's anything green out here. So yes, I'm out here in my happy slippers because it's really not a planting day or anything like that. But I had a couple things. One thing I wanted to show you, and then I started to ask a question last time I videoed, and I didn't have an answer from anybody. So I was hoping that one of you guys would actually answer me. So the first thing I wanted to show you is, this breaks all the rules. So this is an apple seed from a Fuji apple that I bought at the store and ate. So I realized that there's a really good chance that this is not a Fuji apple, and it probably is a crab apple or something of the sort. But you know how satisfying it is to have a baby tree that you started from an apple that you ate at the store? It's a pretty happy place for me. So we do have a place where we can plant this tree down by the creek where the deer would enjoy it, and then if it's good apples we can have them, and if not then they can have them. And so I'm just going to keep growing my happy little apple tree. I don't even know if you can see it. It's just this straight up thing. In fact, I don't even know anything about apples. Am I supposed to like cut the top so it would branch more? I don't think so. It's got little nodules on it, like it's going to branch out pretty soon. It's definitely alive from the spring, so that's a fun. And it'll probably be in here for a whole, maybe even a whole nother year or so before we ever do anything with it. And this is the other thing. So this is the borage. Now, I haven't done my homework on borage. I'm pretty sure I bought the seeds. I knew what I wanted to use the borage for when I bought the seeds, but I haven't paid attention, so I could probably get on Google like everybody else and go find out. But I would love to hear what you guys do with borage. I'm assuming it's a medicinal herb and maybe bee food. I do plan to get bees, but not in the next couple years. I have a full house in the next couple years, and then my life will slow down a little bit. And I'm sure you guys will hear about all that as it unfolds. I do have a little bit of fun book news coming that's personal notes for my story, but I have to wait just a little bit longer before I can actually share. So on that note, we will see you later. Thanks for watching, and I hope you subscribe, and spring is almost here. This should probably get a before because I am going to really plant in here this year. If I don't let my chickens out, then I can do pumpkins and corn and all kinds of stuff. I'll probably still have to keep my dogs away, but those are all strawberries, and there's mint, and then those are flowers and bulbs, alliums and different things like that. And I'm kind of looking forward to this. So I back to Eden mulched this a couple years ago, and I can already tell that the worms have turned the dirt in there, and probably chickens too on the surface, but it's definitely a lot healthier dirt than it used to be. And so now let's go inside the greenhouse. The wind undid my corner piece here, so I have to fix that still. We also had a little winter storm adventure here. The neighbors' trees, the ones I complained about shading out my garden, one or two of the skinny ones that were dying because they were getting grown up by the ivy, fell on the shop, but they didn't actually break anything, and we got to meet our neighbors, and he is planning on thinning the trees this spring, so we'll see if that actually happens. It would be a pretty great outcome for having to deal with, you know, taking care of our fence and everything there. But I'm hopeful that I'll have more light in my garden. And up next is a tiny video of my patio plants and a scare cam video which features my husband and sweet Kelsey. Thanks again for watching. I hope you subscribe. I mulched all of my flower beds, these little things, in so that they could handle some more of the winter weather. And some of this stuff looks like it might even winter over. So little mint's trying to come back in. Spearmint. It's kind of fun. I did the same with those over there too. Hey, come on in. There's peaches. You can do peaches and cottage cheese and a baked potato.
Dad, what are you doing here?
No, I still have school.
What?
Ah! Oh my gosh!